We are live.
Woo!
Let's get it. Let's do the intro now.
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Pain.
Are you ready? I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad. I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that I'm scared.
It would be awesome to, be being a great war. Maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go. Wait,
I have to put the joke.
No, hey.
Thank you for playing, man. I appreciate
Good
you.
timing, man.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
Hey, yo. And good morning, my people.
Yo, hello. What's up, bro? Good
Let's
to be
get
back.
it.
EnVivo.
We are here. Man, it feels great. I didn't think it would happen, and it almost didn't.
Almost didn't, but we're here, bro. Talking some boxing.
We are so ready. So, as you can see, my brother Hopper's here with me. My brother Manny's still doing his thing in PR, but he'll be back soon, and we can't wait to talk
He's
boxing.
in Puerto Rico.
Making it happen, man.
He's scouting for talent, scouting for boxers over there.
Well, he's not going to find any. Whoa! That will no. There's plenty of talent in the Island of Champions, as we all know. Hopper, what's going on in your mind, brother? Man, great to be back. Great to be talking boxing. And even though they don't have the bigger cards, they still have a lot of good fights that are coming up. And one that snuck up on a brother that was actually close to our backyard in San Antonio, Tejas. Man, let's get right to it, man. What's your thoughts on just the overall talent on the card? The card, I think was thumbs up by me, but what's your thoughts, brother?
Man, it's exciting. Mexico has a new world champion at the 126-pound division, Vargas. I guess let's just start there, man. What a great performance by him.
All right.
He said leading up to the fight that he was going to engage with him, but you kind of you take whatever boxers say in these interviews with a grain of salt because they don't want to necessarily give up their game plan. But no, he actually followed through with what he said he was going to do. He squared up with Marc in the middle of the ring, gave us a very entertaining fight from the very first round. Both guys were throwing heavy shots. Yeah, they wanted to take each other out, and it was an exciting fight, man. This card kind of snuck up on us. Wasn't really talked about a lot, but overall, with the main event, you also had the heartbreaker, return of the heartbreaker. Brandon Figueroa was in a pretty good fight himself. Very entertaining fight. Yeah, it was a great card. And then you talk about the heavyweights too, in Chisora and Pulev afternoon. So I mean, you low key had a Boxing Day yesterday, and it really wasn't talked about as much. We had our favorite afternoon matinee boxing,
afternoon delight,
and then some sweet main event Showtime boxing at the end. It was a great day of boxing, great day of low.
Yeah, definitely. No, so getting back to the Marc Vargas fight, the thing that definitely stands out to me is that was brought out, and I wasn't really aware of until it happened, is that you pitted two legendary corners again one another with the matchup Mexico versus the Philippines, which I think was awesome dynamic as well that added to it. And it's kind of funny, like boxing fans, we're never happy. I mean, I saw some people that they said they expected more. I'm not sure how much more you expected. I was entertained by the fight. I thought Marc was pretty much kind of what I expected. He's never been a great boxer from the fights that I've seen. This is like the third time I've seen him fight. He's a good athlete, but he got too caught up in his own power.
Yeah.
And man, that's always frustrating as a fan when you see a guy that becomes one-dimensional, and he just had the same kind of combination in different settings trying to go for the head. He did get the knockdown in the ninth, but even then, he was kind of worn out from the body shots and the shots that were landed by Vargas that he couldn't close the show. And, he had moments, but not enough to win enough rounds. It was very close. I didn't score it, but you know, it was like a lot closer than I think people would, you know, think it may have been. You know, especially even with the knockdown. I think even the swing rounds, you know, kind of remembering it, I think it was like a 7-5 type fight. What's your thoughts, Hop?
I thought, I agree. I thought it was maybe they were closer to 8-4, 7-5, got closer with the knockdown. The scores are probably closer because of the knockdown, 8-4, but he does get an extra point with the knockdown. So I agree. I think Ray Vargas was in control. At the first 2 rounds, you can kind of give him swing rounds, you know, depending on who won them. But the middle rounds were all Ray Vargas. I mean, once he established his jab and was able to see that Marc Magsayo really didn't have a jab. All he was doing was nothing but power shots. You know what he kind of reminded me of, man? He kind of reminded me of a smaller miniature version, Filipino version of Deontay Wilder, because that's what pretty much Wilder does as well, just relies on his power without, you know, a jab whatsoever. And Magsayo yesterday, I think I saw the number attempted jabs was just putrid. I think that's what he's probably waking up right now and regretting that he didn't throw a lot more jabs to help set up his power punches. Because the man has power. I mean, he dropped Ray Vargas with the very short, compact counter right, square to the jaw, and just dropped him. And Ray Vargas tried to play it off. No, it's not, bro. You got dropped. Your ass got dropped clean. And,
that was a good Ray Vargas impression, by the way.
Marc Magsayo didn't follow up with that, you know, and that's kind of but there's a lot of things he's regretting right now. But in terms of game plan, Ray Vargas had the perfect game plan. I mean, he fought at a distance when he needed to. He was aggressive when he needed to. It was changing of styles, change of pace. It was hard for Magsayo to find his rhythm, find Vargas' rhythm. And then I'll tell you what, though, Vargas seemed to fall in love with that uppercut that was getting him in danger, and he was still throwing it. He was throwing caution to the wind, just wanted to land. But it was a very entertaining fight. Very entertaining. Another chapter in the Mexico versus Philippines rivalry. And how cool was it? You touched on earlier that it was Nacho Beristain and Freddie Roach, who the trainers of Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao are there for another chapter of the Mexico versus Philippine rivalry. I thought that was pretty cool, man. But overall, a great master performance by Ray Vargas. He stuck with his game plan, and you could tell that when Magsayo was landing, it was pissing Vargas off, and he kind of wanted to exchange, but he kept his composure, stuck to his jab. That jab it's a long reach jab that Vargas has.
Yeah, I mean, he's like
dude for 126 pounds.
Yeah, he's like almost 5'11". Like it's crazy.
126.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And they say Marc Magsayo, because we talked off air, and I'm with you, brother. Like they say Marc Magsayo is 5'6". No, man, that's what
generous 5'6".
That's what boots on. That brother is not there. But hey, he's compact and very powerful.
Very powerful.
That's kind of the thing. I know you're talking about, you know, training your son and you box to stay in shape and things like that. I don't know if your son has power or not, but like, how do you?
He doesn't. Yeah, no, I won't compare to that. He does,
but when you see fighters like that, you know, have you know, the power and they fall in love with it, do you become frustrated as a fan? You're like, man, why don't you just kind of, you know, there's other parts of your game.
Very frustrating, bro. I mean, because it kind of, it's very amateurish, like where you just want to unload with your punches without actually trying to set them up. I mean, you're a professional boxer, a champion. You got no better than that, man. And just walk up in there and just throwing haymakers. Like fucking Cambosos did against, Teofimo did against Cambosos in the first round, just throwing stuff out there. It wasn't that bad, but he pretty much well, because the guys at that level, you telegraph your punches. Vargas is too good for that. Those guys, when you're competing and fighting for championships at that level, they're going to see your punches coming a mile away, man. You have to set it up. And that's what Vargas did beautifully as well. Vargas was, he kept hitting the arms. He kept hitting the chest. You know, it was just touching him wherever he needed to be with the jab. And then towards the middle of the fight, the jab was pretty much dictating the pace of the fight. I think Vargas's jab was well established, was controlling the fight. And Magsayo didn't really adjust to it. He just kept throwing his haymakers. And then Vargas was displaying different facets of his game, trying to counter the upper counter, trying to time him, feinting. I mean, it was a great game plan by Vargas, and no plan B for Marc Magsayo.
What's up to my brother G Funky? Our brother from another mother, man. Much respect and great stuff from my man Hopper. I do agree with that, and that's why I had to call it out. It's always frustrating because you want to see more. You want to see the more diversity in the game because the great equalizer. My brother
One-dimensional,
Hopper
man.
says it's like it's great, but when they just completely rely on it, it's frustrating because you're like, okay,
one-dimensional. It's just totally you become one-dimensional, and you're not gonna win that fight, man. At that level, they're gonna take away your strengths.
what's up, Ringside Global? Appreciate it, man. He said Hopper's on fire, so that means he agrees.
Must be hot. The sun's out.
Yeah, it's got to get the pickle juice to stay hydrated. It's hot as 80s out there. So what's your thoughts, man? Let's go ahead and put it out there. What kind of run do you think this brother could have now that he has the WBC?
He has the belt.
Josh Warrington is the holder of the IBF. The WBO is Emmanuel Navarrete. Leo Santa Cruz and Lee Wood.
He wants to fight Leo next. I think that's what he said afterwards, and he was real adamant about it. I mean, and they're both with the PBC. I think it could happen. I think it's a fight that's definitely doable. But again, man, it's just one of those things, man. Where Ray Vargas, he's with the PBC, so they're gonna be just fighting all the PBC guys. It's him and Vaquero Navarrete would be fucking fireworks, but the chances of that happening are slim to none. I don't even want to get excited for it, Gringo. But in terms of run, I think he's just gonna go through whatever the PBC has, man. That's just the reality of the situation. Kind of sad, but I mean, it is what it is. He's gonna fight Leo, and then honestly, I can't even see him getting the Warrington fight done, man. But
really,
I can't see it, bro. You see as much shit that Leonard Ellerby and Eddie Hearn be talking about each other, and
that's true.
Yeah, so
no, man. No,
it's disheartening. I'm sorry to sound negative, Nancy over here. Rain on your parade, after rain on my Mexican parade. That otro mexicano campeón. Pero la neta. I mean, some of these fights are hard to make. And you know what though, Gringo? They almost robbed him. I thought it was a clear Ray Vargas decision, and then when the announcer, when he said split, it's been a split. What did he say? It was a split decision. I said, what? I was like, oh hell no, they're gonna fuck around and call it a draw. And they gave.
Yeah, I'm always worried about that.
I was like, man, no. I think it got close towards the end because of the knockdown.
Right.
But Ray Vargas was pretty much in control of that fight, man.
No, he definitely was. Now, I'll say if there would have been, man, they would have taken knockdowns. There would have been 2 knockdowns, which there almost was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, then
all right.
That's a conversation.
Yeah.
I can't because I'm a selfish brother like that. I can't talk about 126 without our man El Broncolada. So where do you think he fits in the mix? Because he's dangerous. He actually has the same management as Navarrete. He's crazy, conventional, and it's kind of like the opposite. Like he's one-dimensional. He's swinging for the fences. Everything. He's flat-footed and trying to take the person's head off. But because it's so effective in how he does, do you think that he'll get in the mix and maybe that could be a comeback fight for Marc Mixayo? Because we know Josh Warrington's never going to want Laura again for a third fight.
No, he doesn't. He wants nothing to do with Lara. But man, hey, that's an intriguing fighter you just threw in the mix. Man, I completely forgot about our boy. I gotta forget about Mauricio Lara, man. That's that'd be a barn burner. Him, you can get Mauricio Lara, Ray Vargas, or Vaquero, any one of those matchup, any one of those 3, man. That's fireworks. Even throw Leo in there. Leo is not afraid to mix it up either.
No, that's the thing. I mean,
Mexican fireworks right there, baby.
Yeah.
Josh Warrington. Honestly, I think Warrington is a level below all those guys. I think so.
So you just want to make sure that everybody hears this, and my brother Hopper is clear on it because we don't have Manny to interrupt you right now. You not all the brothers from Mexico. So you like El Bronco, you like Navarrete and Vargas, all the field against Josh Warrington.
Oh yeah,
no doubt,
no doubt about it, bro. They all walk through it, man. They all. I think Ray Vargas breaks him down, takes his spirit away with his, because Ray Vargas is more of a technical boxer, man. But Vaquero and Lara, they're just gonna come right at him. They're gonna fuck him up. That's what, if that fight would happen. They're just too much pressure, and I don't think Warrington can handle that kind of pressure, man.
All right. Speaking of pressure, I'm putting you on the spot right now. But before
Gary Russell, man, don't forget about Mr. Gary Russell.
Mr. Gary Russell in the house. Got to send a shout out real quick to the hardest working man in social media game, Clarence
McClain.
Law Limb Boxing, miss you guys. Hey, man, we're trying to get it back together, man.
Bro, we're trying to get back in rhythm.
But we are busy.
What are we gonna say, Gringo? What are you gonna put me on the spot with?
who unifies the division right now?
Oh, I knew that was coming, man.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming, man.
Pick one right now.
Oh man, if I had to pick one right now,
undisputed.
until he gets figured out, man. I know he has a loss early on in his career, but Vaquero style is just a little unpredictable. The drunken master style is just a little too hard for people to figure out. You think you see it live, you see it on TV, and you think he's very unorthodox. Oh, I could time him, I could box him, I can. No, you can't. You got to go in there and find out once you taste that power. And so I think gun to the head, Vaquero unifies the
really
the division. Yeah, what do you think?
126 right now. Man, people are going to probably think that I'm crazy, but
that's just not even counting Gary Russell Jr. though, man, because I still think a healthy Gary Russell Jr. is a problem for everybody. No,
right. No. I think he is. I think he is. I think the fact that he got injured, the timing of it.
That sucked, man.
That's kind of like the way the sport goes sometimes. But like gun to my head right now, I'm going El Bronco, man. I think he beats
really. Mauricio Lara?
I think he beats him.
Hey.
I mean,
Josh Warrington would probably agree with you.
I mean, just I think that Navarrete is drunken master, unorthodox.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's kind of a method to his madness. Like I think that Lara is just so unconventional. Like you can't prepare, and he seems like he has more power too.
Very powerful.
Yeah, and he's just crazy. I mean, you can hurt him to the body, but the head. I mean, right now, gun to my head, I think El Bronco could unify, which is crazy. But I don't think he's going to get a chance too. Us at the same time, like I think the person that gets the best chance will be Navarrete. So most realistically, I think.
Yeah, and it's who's Navarrete fighting? They announced his fight the other day, right? It was very underwhelming. I can't even remember the guy who was fighting.
I don't even think it was a guy that was ranked.
It was somebody that. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, because I remember talking about it. I was very disappointed that that top rank would. It's like he's going backwards, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. Eduardo Baez, one of the Baez brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of whack. I mean, Vaquero should stay busy fight, man. This is the kind of crap I'm telling you about, Gringo. It's hard to get excited for some of these potential matches because it's just what they are, dream matches. To us, they're just realistically not going to happen. In a perfect world, Vaquero would be next to fight Rey Vargas with Lara waiting in the wing and Warrington, somewhere in there as well. So Leo Santa Cruz and then Lee Wood as the WBA, whatever mess that means. So
yeah, that is confusing.
But I know great fight though, bro. Great style, great fights. Brendan Figueroa did his thing too. He was getting caught too. He was getting caught, but if he stopped the fight, he finished the fight, man. Good action, man. What you think about the heavyweights?
Hey, I thought Pulev, he had the more clean, effective shots, but
the more eye-catching shots.
Yeah, he had allowed to get it too close. Derek Chisora was kind of coming in, allowing himself to be on the ropes, and he was getting hit too often. His body was getting tore up. I mean, that guy's pissing blood today. But Pulev couldn't put him away, and he left it too close. And man, you can't leave it close when you're fighting there. And he knew that. So I thought he won clearly by 2 rounds. That's kind of how I had it, maybe even 3 actually. But he left
3 rounds
close enough where like you had some swing rounds in there, because that's the thing. The harder shots were landed by Chisora, and that always sways the judges. And look where they were.
A little bit,
yeah. So I had it, about 8-4, but they had some swings in there. So I'm not mad at the decision. It's more on Pulev for not closing the deal. I wouldn't call it a robbery or anything like that.
No,
nothing like that. But I will say
it was a good old man scrap. I heard
old man scrap. Yeah, and you don't want to. Speaking of what I don't want though, I don't want to rob Chisora. This guy's been a warrior. He's been a lot for himself and putting the UK on the map, and he's always up.
Who of this?
But if there's been talk, and I don't know if that was just the zone trying to stir the pot, but Deontay Wilder is not what he wants though, because he was getting hit a lot by the overhand right. He had a lot of success with his overhand right, and I think that's where he did a lot of the most damage on Pulev. But they were kind of saying Tony Bellew, which he always kind of throws things out there. Yeah, but he was saying Deontay Wilder for Chisora like that.
Nah,
No, man, you can't
I
do
can't
that.
see it happening.
Come
I
on,
think
man.
Deontay Wilder's going to sit back and wait to see who wins that Luis Ortiz, King Kong, and Andy Ruiz fight. And I think if Andy pulls it off, the Deontay and Andy Ruiz will be fighting later, sometime later this year or early next year. It's just what I think is going to happen with Deontay Wilder. Not to bring him up, but yeah, it's just sort of just put a good old man scrap, man. I don't think it necessarily affects any of the in the bigger picture in the heavyweight division when you still got Usyk, Joshua, Fury, and controlling those. Yeah, Steven, both those guys need to retire. Hey, man, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
man,
I mean, kind of agree with that.
It depends on who they fight. Like if you go and feed them into someone like there's no need for them to fight Fury. I don't know. I don't think either one of them beats any of the champions.
No, that's the thing. They're kind of just,
or even Joshua.
Yeah, and it's the thing that's kind of, as far as like Chisora, because the amount of punishment that he takes in his style,
I don't lot of punches.
I don't even want him to be a gatekeeper because he takes
too much. Stay busy fight against Wilder, he'd fucking get annihilated, I think.
Yeah, he's just kind of a guy. So it's a good story for him.
Yeah, it's a good fight. It was a good, afternoon boxing for us boxing fans. We enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
There you go. I agree with Steven with what he said. Old man versus old man, but don't put hell no. Don't throw this old guy in there against someone like a Wilder or a Usyk or even Anthony Joshua. I think that Anthony Joshua still takes both of them on.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, what's up? Shout out to Team Batman Boxing.
Hey, that's a hell of a name, Batman Boxing. Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, and
Batman Boxing.
Why
didn't I think of that, babe? Why didn't you tell me?
So that was a great fight. I agree with that as well. And man, Kano Loco Sports, man, he said, man, he's not even waiting for us. He said we buried the lead. He went ahead and said,
"Oh yeah, oh."
Just to answer your question. Oh, Kano, don't.
Oh, that's a spicy hot take right there.
Hey, but let's go ahead and get to it, man. So there's been a lot of moving and shaking. This is, as I like to refer to it, the undisputed era, and you have a lot of things that are kind of coming together because you have undisputed unified champions, and it's great. But the Alphabet Boys are doing what they do, and they're stripping titles. Titles are getting dropped. They're making mandatories for them, and things are kind of falling apart from the standpoint of 140. And even though Regis Prograis was the mandatory for the WBC, he got passed up by Jose Cepeda and Jose Ramirez. So what's your thoughts about that? And yeah, do you think Regis Prograis is the man? And kind of selfishly, it's a tough situation because even though obviously it's not fair for him, I do love that fight though. I'm just going to put that out there. Chon versus Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, one of our favorite fighters. Where do you stand on all this as far as 140?
When I heard first the news that Josh Taylor was vacating to rematch Catterall, or to hopefully get that fight done, and then they were going to have Jose Ramirez and Chon Cepeda Part 2 fight for the vacated WC belt. My first reaction was like, damn, why not Regis? But then you look at what Regis has done since the Josh Taylor fight. Juan Heraldez, Ivan Redcatch, and Tyrone McKenna. I mean, those aren't necessarily names that get you bumped up into the rankings or deserving of a championship fight, And if he's able to position himself as a mandatory against to fight the winner of Ramirez versus Chon Cepeda, shit, I'm all for it, man. That's a fight right there because and then like Cano's boy Matias, he's creeping up in all the rankings, man. I think the ring has him at number 5 right now, so that's pretty high for Superman. He's number 2 with the IBF, so man, you're gonna see Super Matias. We're gonna find out real soon what he has, and you know what I'm crossing my fingers for.
What?
Subriel Matias versus one of the Mexican guys. Because, Jose Chon Cepeda or Jose Ramirez, it's going to be fire. I know me, Kano, Manny are going to be watching that with a little more interest.
All right, so gun to your head, because I think our man Kano Loco's Sport is listening, a.k.a. The Source. Which fight would you prefer out of those two versus Subriel Matias?
Versus Subriel Matias? Damn.
as far as entertaining, and then the one you feel about yeah.
My bad. I had to sneeze. Just buy myself a little more time while I think about this one. I think Jose Ramirez will probably get, man, but I don't want to slide Chon Cepeda either, because Chon Cepeda is a beast, man. Chon Cepeda is good. I think honestly, I can't pick one, Gringo. Just either one. Whoever wins that fight, hopefully he can fight Matias next, or can put himself in position. That'd be amazing. Who does Matias work with? Like, who's his promoter? Top Rank? Is he a Top Rank fighter? He has to have some kind of relationship, because Top Rank, they sign all the Puerto Ricans. So I don't think that fight will be hard to make. You know,
no, I don't think it'll be hard to make it either. Let's shout out to our man JC. Much respect, salute, brother.
Yeah, no, that's exciting, man.
And Kano.
Oh, that's right. Manny was talking about that. It's the IBF eliminator,
right?
So they're on the IBF route. Then they're not gonna. Dang, there goes my dreams.
Hey, you never know, man. And that's the thing. That's why we love the.
That's the IBF eliminator. And who's the champion over at the IBF is which
Josh Taylor.
What? Josh Taylor, right? Yeah, he still is Josh Taylor. Dang.
Yeah. So Josh Taylor has all of it. Well, he has IBF and WBO.
He has IBF, WBO, and then dang. Well, I'm trying to just in my head. I'm trying to position Matias to fight one of my Mexican warriors. That'd be a hell of a fight.
Salute to Kano. Chicano.
Hey, but the question was though, Gringo. I think we're bearing the lead, like Kano says. Subriel Matias beats Regis Prograis. Gringo, does Subriel Matias beat Regis?
No, he does not. I don't believe he will. I believe it'd be a hell of a fight. Like, to your point.
Yeah, I don't.
Regis has been winning his fights, and he's had some good challengers, but this will be a real test. Subriel Matias is no joke. He comes in there to win. He believes he can win. He believes he's the man, and that's the kind of competition you have to really kind of
prove yourself.
Yeah, prove yourself and get that opportunity to get back
to the world. Showcase.
Yeah. So who do you think would win that fight?
I think Regis will take it as well, man. Honestly, I think Regis has been one of the most avoided fighters at 140 pounds. It took him joining that tournament to finally force people to fight him, especially that final with Josh Taylor, epic classic. I think if it's in America, Josh Taylor loses that fight. I think they edge it to Regis. It was a hell of a fight. Top Rank steered Regis away from Jose Ramirez for as long as they could, and they probably still are. And then the Bob Arum and Top Rank, they wanted Jose Ramirez to have nothing to do with Regis, and that's a fact. They avoided him like the plague. Ain't no way denying that. He was the mandatory for Jose Ramirez, and he never got a shot. And then I think Bob Arum, to keep him happy, gave him his own show, put him on ESPN just to tell him, look, all right, shut up. Don't ask to fight my guy anymore. So, but yeah, no, Regis is. I'm not gonna say he's the man at 140 pounds, but he's up there, man. 1B, 1C, 1A, whatever we want to put him, man. And Josh Taylor, of course, his last fight with Petr was a little disappointing, but hey, Regis is the goods, man. So Subriel Matias wants to fight Regis Prograis. Shit, man. That's he's fresh. He's a PBC guy. Oh well. Regis is with Probellum, right? That's the Richard Schaefer's company now.
But they work with PBC, so
Richard Schaefer works with everybody. I think he tries to.
Right. I think it's a realistic fight.
It sucks that we have to. Well, who does he work with? Who is his promoter? So we can maybe see which fights are.
But it matters.
It matters, yeah. Which fights are feasible or which fights can be done.
And
at gun to my head, bro. I still gotta edge Regis, man. Until I see that man lose, I'm even though he lost against Josh Taylor, but. No, I still gotta give it to Regis, man. Regis is a dog. Regis is a hell of a fighter, man.
All right, so not just Matias, but the same question. Let me go ahead and get to this real quick because I know Arcano's getting fired up over there, and he wants to know.
Manny.
Come on, Manny's not here today, brother.
Matias. He's texting me. I'm picking Matias by knockout. Oh wow, that's Manny. Sounds like Manny.
Kano, Manny's picking Matias to go undisputed in the division. So just putting that out there.
Unify everything.
He's thinking he's taking over.
Yep. So what were you gonna say, Gringo?
All right. So who wins.
Damn.
Let me get these comments real quick. Conor Logo Sports. The reason Regis is having a hard time getting fights is because of poor Bellum. Well, that's facts too.
No,
which is
that sucks.
frustrating. Also get a shout out to our man Joe Habib, man, from Ringside Reporter. Much respect, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you, brother. Our support is good support for us, man. We need it. But we just love talking boxing, man.
We love talking boxing.
So,
dudes talking boxing.
We talked about who's coming out of 126. So gun to head again, but it's a water gun. Who comes out of 140 right now? So like a year from now, undisputed 140 is going to be who?
Chon Cepada. You hear me?
What?
Chon Cepada, man. I think he's shown great improvement, man. Fight by fight. And then his fight against maybe I'm overrated, kind of overrating his fight against the Puerto Rican he knocked out. What was his name? Josue.
Yeah, but he was ranked like 35. So, but no, I mean he did look phenomenal when he did.
Yeah,
that.
So I'm telling you, I'm gonna go out there and rock with my boy Chon, man. Chon Cepada. I think after all said and done, man, that means I'm picking him to beat Ramirez. Holy crap. I'm gonna circle back to that, Gringo.
No. That's what the lead is. That was the lead is. So
that's what the lead is, right?
Expand.
Well, the only reason, let me put the little disclaimer here, footnote. The only reason is because I don't think Regis is gonna be able to get a shot at either one of these guys.
Oh, all right. So it's not a talent thing, because I was just talking to Coach Collinsworth. Shout out to him, and he was saying that he doesn't think
if Regis. Okay, let me reword your question. If they could all fight each other, right?
Right.
Who would win? I think Regis would take everybody out.
Regis all the way.
Regis takes everybody out, and that's two Mexicans in there. So that's kind of hard for me to say, but yeah, I think Regis would take everybody out. But since he is having a hard time getting fights, I think Chon takes it. Chon beats Ramirez and Chon beats Josh Taylor.
Because it feels like, because it kind of is that how we talked about the promoters and how the landscape gets shifted. Yeah. 140 feels like a top ranked division.
It is because they do have all the major players there. They have Ramirez, Chon, and then Josh Taylor's working with them. I don't think he's exclusively a top-ranked guy, but they got some kind of partnership. Oh, Cano Loco says Matias takes them all out. Man, I want to see who has Subel Matias, who's been his toughest fight so far.
Oh man, damn, that's a good one. His toughest fight?
Yeah, who's
damn.
I don't know. Well, he does have a loss, but I mean that was.
He avenged it. So I guess
he avenged it. See, that's the thing, though. I mean, I get it. You can see the talent, right, with Subel Matias, right? It's evident. The talent is evident, but I kind of want to see him with a name, like a recognized name, someone that we know that has fought people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so maybe someone like Catterall would be a great Marc, but he's gonna go back and fight Josh Taylor. But I mean, you still got some pretty good guys out there that could probably, what about that guy that beat Mikey, Sandor Martin?
Yeah, he's ranked.
Yeah, so Lewis Ritson, Danilito Soria is 60? Yeah, he's ranked up there too.
I can't believe we're not. I can't believe that I'm saying his name right now, but he is a 140. He's a name, and he's a top ranked.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I don't want to say it. What about
Teofimo
Lopez?
I knew you were gonna say that shit, man. Man, let him fight somebody at 140 first, and then I'll talk about him. But consider him. But right now, he's a former 135 champ, man. We'll see what he does at 140, man.
Wow, so you're not even entertaining?
Hell no. I ain't even worried about Teofimo Lopez right now at 140 pounds. That guy's not, once he fights there once, then maybe I'll talk about him and see what's up. But he's a former 135 champ who doesn't know what the hell he's doing right now. We don't know where he's up there. Yeah, that's right. Malik Hawkins. He did fight Malik Hawkins.
And then Matisse took him out.
Yeah, Malik Hawkins was 18-0 at the time.
Yeah. So he punched that guy too. So I guess that would be his toughest opponent. But hold on, Joe Habib has something. Omar Aguilar is coming up.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Omar Aguilar. That's an exciting fighter right there.
Yeah, good call out, Joe. Oh, looks like my brother Howard just got so excited. Joe, he actually left the show, so we'll just wait for my brother to come on back. But man, definitely a great exciting division to me. You know how things are playing out. You know who's coming next. I don't know, and it's frustrating because I obviously a fan of Regis Prograis, but just that aside, I mean I don't like when fighters get boxed in. I was talking about that with Coach Collinsworth, and he was saying how obviously he's a friend and a fan of Regis Prograis and what he's done and what he's doing in boxing, but he's concerned about that he could be boxed out, and he never gets an opportunity to be a champion. Where he doesn't get a chance to shine and do his thing.
My bad, technical difficulty. Clicked the wrong button, but I got excited about Omar Aguilar, El Pollo, 24-0. He's I completely forgot about him, but yeah, he's 24-0 with 23 knockouts, bro. He fought in May. He fought that Blanco dude and took him out in 2 rounds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember, I'm telling y'all, and I was telling y'all in the group chat. I go, hey, watch this Aguilar kid, man. He's Yeah, that's a good one. I completely forgot about that guy too. He's making his ascension too.
That's what I'm saying. And as when you were out, I was kind of talking on something that Coach Collinsworth said, and he knows the business. He's in the game. He's in the business. He's thinking that Regis is going to be the product of being kind of boxed out. Like he's not going to get another shot.
Who, Regis?
Right.
He doesn't think he's going to get another shot.
No, he thinks that
going to be iced out.
Well, the reason why I think he's going to be iced out is because he could totally see it. I didn't think about this, and I know what the chat thinks. There could be a trilogy between Jose Ramirez and
Sean.
Yeah, there's going to be it could be a trilogy, and then from there,
second fight has to deliver too, though, and I think it will.
Right, and then you have a trilogy which delays it, which puts him on the ice, and then you have at that point, what are they ultimately going to want? They're going to want the payday or the rematch. Or rematch for Jose Ramirez, or the opportunity for Sean to fight Josh Taylor, and then where that puts. So, it's really
it's controlled by Top Rank, like you said earlier, man. It's a division that Top Rank has by the balls right now, man. That's all Top Rank, whatever they want to do.
And all right, so let's get to these comments real quick. Chicano Prophet, the man that lifted the legend.
Chile.
I was hoping Teofimo would be brought up. Oh man, I was hoping he wouldn't, but he was. Chicano Prophet, before Teofimo lost to Cambosos, people were saying he beat Ramirez. I remember
this guy was saying that.
I don't know who you're pointing
at.
Not
this guy.
Conologo Sports, the man. It's because of Porabellum, Eden, Regis will tell you this. And no, I believe it. And so if someone like Coach who knows him, doesn't work with him directly. He pointed that out, but he said, he's, spars with him. He talks to him all the time and just kind of sees the situation outside looking in. He sees it. He's not going to get another opportunity. So that's why I thought it interesting to kind of bring up Regis, because like talent wise, man, even though you have guys like that, Joe Habib said,
killer, man. Regis
Aguilar, man, signing to Bellum was a huge mistake. Damn. Debbie down over here, Kano.
bringing our topic down, bro. He's bringing our Regis. Nah, because man, we've always liked Regis, bro. Regis has been his fight against Josh Taylor for the final in the World WBSS, instant classic, man.
No worries, brother.
We understood.
Oh, we got you, man.
We got what you were trying to say.
Yeah, you don't.
But Matias, though, man, I'm watch a little harder to see what he does, because he fights in August, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right?
IBF Eliminator,
yeah, that's right. He fights Jeremiah Ponce.
Right. Yep. For the IBF.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, sometime coming up, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting, man. So hopefully I can get my Subriel Matias versus one of the Mexican champions fights maybe next year. I'm gonna go watch it with Cano.
It's definitely a possibility. Something that I'll go ahead and say on here, because I thought it was so awesome. It was so amazing. I didn't even respond to it. I don't know. Some people might not feel that way. For those that don't know, we are based in Texas, so we are Texas biased as hell. And my man, Coach Collinsworth, said on the interview I just did with him that the WBA is moving to Texas, to Houston. Actually. Yeah.
And they're going to bring their 200 belts with them, or what? How many belts do they have in each division?
I think at least 200, right? So yeah, they're gonna bring the wood, the
wood, the aluminum,
all of those. So man, look forward to that.
Paper champion.
Yeah. So, and I wasn't even. I mean, I heard that kind of mentioned before, but yeah, he said it's a done deal.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah. So you have 2 sanctioning bodies. So you have the IBF in New Jersey, and then you have the WBA in Houston. Coming soon. So the IBF is known of not messing around and stripping.
They don't F around. Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I want the WBA to be. Do you think it's possible? Right here,
no, bro. They're going the IBF. The WBA is going the opposite way of the IBF. You know, they go, oh, what another? They eliminated one belt, but watch next year they're going to add another belt. So they're moving to Houston and they're going to declare a new belt for the new move. You know, so I can see it happening, bro.
Yeah, the H-Town.
We have 15 more new champions.
Yeah, man, crazy. Let's get to these comments real quick. I think back to form, Teofimo could make a noise at 140. I think so, man.
I think so too, man. But between the ears, I think he's maybe too far out there, man. We'll see. Maybe he needs a lot more maturing.
Yeah, definitely. So, as far as news and notes, there's been a lot of things that have been confirmed. September 10th is going down into O2. You have the ladies that are fighting in a
great
fight.
Card.
Yeah, you have
doubleheader.
The Shields and Sarah Marshall. Yeah, and then you have Michaela
Mayer
versus Alicia Bumgardner. Wow, that's a great card. And I want to give a shout out again. I know people are frustrated because they also went to the pay-per-view model, but DAZN continues to push and do a great job. Well, it's actually on top rank, but but with women's boxing, that put it to the position to be that. It's actually going to be on top rank. So love that.
It's a top rank fight. Yep.
Yeah. It's going to be on top rank. So
I'm excited. I'm excited for both, but you say which fight I would rather watch, or I'm excited to watch both. But that Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, feels like there's a little bad blood there, man. Like genuine dislike with each other, because Savannah Marshall was the one that beat her in the amateurs. That's like the only loss she's ever had. And I think the other day Savannah Marshall touched a nerve on Clarissa Shields, where she said that the only reason they're fighting in England is because Clarissa Shields can't sell. And Clarissa got mad, and you could tell she was triggered by it, and she went off. And I think there's gonna be some genuine bad blood in that fight. I can't wait to see the lead up to the fight, all the trash talk that Clarissa's gonna do. You know Clarissa, man. She looks like she's a little hood. Like she ain't gonna take shit from nobody. So or men or women, you know, she's gonna say what she feels, and it's gonna be entertaining nonetheless. And when the fight comes, man, I'm not gonna pick a winner just yet.
Yeah, not yet, but looking forward to it. I definitely want to watch more from all the fighters and kind of get a better assessment. But I think as far as the fight being promoted and pushed properly, I know the ladies are going to do their part because they're excited. And then I'll just be honest, I'm glad it's going to be in London because you're going to have that rabid fan base. And selfishly for me and my brother Hopper, it's going to be some afternoon delight because nothing like that afternoon boxing.
Love that, bro. Love it.
Best, man. So that is the best. For those that are listening live, we appreciate you. Those listening on the archive, we appreciate you. And those that are also listening to the audio version, we appreciate you. Those that are listening right now in the chat, who do you think is coming out of 126? Who do you think is the man to beat out of 126? Who do you think the man is out of 140? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, let me know. Let us know what you think. We're idiots or what?
Yeah, I mean, just let us know. Do you think that
we know who Kano thinks?
We know who Kano thinks, and we know that
Manny, of course,
and Manny. Chicano, who do you think is coming out of 126, 140, or anybody? I mean, there's a lot of great fights, I think, at both. Okay, gun to your head again, water gun, Hopper. Which division is more exciting to you and why?
Well, I have to say it's the 140 because some of those fights can get done. You know, Choncepada, Ramirez, that'll get done. It's already happening. It's going to happen. And then the winner could probably fight Josh Taylor again, or they can rematch. So the championship undisputed, they're going to be there. I think it's a better chance at 140. 126 is a little more complicated. I think for Vargas to fight Navarrete, even though that would be an amazing fight, you'd have the entire country of Mexico probably watching that fight. Vaquero and Ray Vargas right now, he's getting a lot of love, social media, and rightfully so. A lot of the Spanish chats, the Mexican chats, they're recognizing the campeón for Ray Vargas. And since 126 is just it's going to be hard to make some of these fights that we want to watch.
No, man, that's fair, brother, for sure. Make sure I don't want to get this miss this comment. And man, Kano Loco's showing us love today, which we appreciate because he's the source. 126 is tricky for me. I have to think about that, but 140 definitely. Matisse, man, he didn't waste any time on that one. Appreciate you. Kano, hey, yo. If you didn't hear earlier, Chicano, I went ahead and I say that El Broncolada.
He said Mauricio Lara beats. He said Gringo said Mauricio Lara beats Navarrete and Ray Vargas.
The same night, brother. Hot take, potato. I mean, that's you. So just want to mention these things out, and then we'll let my brother Hopper have the last thought. Man, so important thing I want you guys to know, our brother Quentin Randall.
Let's go.
He's be fighting Thursday. Don't want to miss it on the UFC Fight Pass. He's the main event. He's really making things happen with Coach Collinsworth. Really excited for him. So we definitely want to support him. He's really making things happen. And he has a great big tournament for those that are in the Houston area or not. Currently, they already have 350 entries for this amateur championship where you have match up against other amateur fighters. And it's going to be a lot of young and exciting H-Town talent coming through there. Regis Prograis will be in the house. Jared Allen will be in there supporting. Shakur Stevens will be in there. A lot of, other fighters will be coming out of there from H-Town, so it'll be great. Jay Prince will be there. Everybody will be there. It's going to be H-Town extravaganza. Extravaganza. Let me get this last comment before we close things out and give my brother Hopper the last word. 140 is hard to say. The division will be wide open once Taylor moves up. There you go. It is kind of hard to say, but it's exciting to say, and we'll see how it plays out. Final thoughts, Hopper. What is it, brother?
Felicidades, Ray Vargas. México tiene un nuevo campeón at 126 pounds. Le ganó a Marc Magsayo, que le ganó a Gary Russell. So estamos orgullosos de ti, Ray Vargas. Peleaste una pelea muy disciplinada, muy no dejaste que te afectaran los golpes de poder. Te tumbó una vez, pero te levantaste de la lona como los mexicanos, como deben de ser. Acabaste la pelea peleando. Y por eso estamos muy orgullosos de ti. We're very happy for you, Ray Vargas. Continue to shine. Hopefully you keep winning. You had a performance. Mexico has a new champion, baby.
They definitely do, man. And we appreciate you guys tuning in, checking us out, showing support. We'll be back again next Sunday, possibly doing the show Thursday. But until then, we are out. Peace.